As you can see here, we've got a little screenshot of Super Monkey Ball and Cro-Mag Rally, both for the second generation and first generation iPod Touch and the iPhone. For those of you unfamiliar with the situation at present, word is that Apple's going to be launching a third generation iPod Touch next week. And the rumors are that we're going to be getting a camera, updated graphics and speed, and other than that, and possibly there was a I think this is far out, but one of them suggested a 64 gig model. I don't know. You know, if that happens, that would be interesting. Certainly bring the 32 down. But the third generation iPod Touch is certainly something that I'm looking forward to, because if it does follow in the iPhone's footsteps, and we have improved graphics, improved speed, you know, faster processor and whatnot, this actually opens up the door for possible accessibility to the iPod Touch, making it the... I know that the I should say the third, I was going to say the first, but it's the third accessible iPod in Apple's lineup, just behind the iPod Shuffle and iPod Nano. But there's more to it than that. The improved graphics are considered, at least by me, to be a possible move at Apple against Nintendo. Now, for those of you who do not know it, Apple and Nintendo pretty much have declared war on one another. I've heard that the DS, Nintendo has, excuse me, that Nintendo has authorized patents for the Nintendo, or they're trying to get patents filed for an accelerometer with the Nintendo DS, the next generation DS after the DSi. And I think I read somewhere there's a survey that Apple has been touting this as the funnest iPod ever. And well, I'm sorry, that wasn't the survey, that was an advertising slogan, but the survey, trying to keep my thoughts here straight. The survey basically said that the bulk of applications downloaded for the iPhone and the iPod Touch were games. Now, Apple, I think, really is raging war on Nintendo and Sony, but especially Nintendo, because Nintendo's certainly taking it personally. And we're expecting updated graphics, and that means, you know, more powerful gaming. And what I would like to see on the iPod Touch, aside from that, well, first of all, let me explain. I've got a first-generation iPod Touch, for those of you that are unaware of it. So, in terms of what I would get out of the third generation, would be Skype. I've got Skype downloaded, but I do not use it because, lucky me, the first-generation iPod Touch is not compatible with the microphone. I'm expecting the external speaker to carry over from the second generation. There's a rumor that there's going to be a microphone built into the third generation iPod Touch. Again, with the graphics, speed, and camera. If Apple's going to go ahead and make this a true contender to the iPod, to the Nintendo and Sony, I would say that they should start carrying in their store, if they haven't already, controller packs. And basically what I mean by this is if you Google iControl Pad, something like that. I've also seen something that looks similar to the Xbox with dual analog sticks, ABXY buttons and the like. And another thing we need is, and we're already starting to see this, Crash Nitro Kart 3D is available for the iPod Touch. It is available. What else is available? For the iPod Touch, it's also on other platforms. There was one other Super Monk. Oh yeah, Asphalt 4 Elite, which I have for my Nintendo DSi, but it's also available for the iPod Touch. I would like to see Eidos and Crystal Dynamics port Tomb Raider to the iPod Touch. Now, this is where the controls for you know, the external control pad would come in handy. But also, it may be a chance. This would be interesting, actually, to have an iPod, a Tomb Raider iPod title that takes full advantage of the iPod's unique features, particularly the accelerometer. The Nintendo DSi has, or the Nintendo DS has Tomb Raider Anniversary and Underworld, I believe. And I think Legend as well. The trouble is they've not been executed very well. I think that if Crystal Dynamics and Eidos were to port Tomb Raider to the iPod, that would be very interesting. And I'd like to see more third-party. I don't know if Gran Turismo is Sony is. I think it might be a Sony first party, so you can forget that. But other third-party titles like Crazy Taxi, I'd like to see that on the iPod. But if Apple's going to get off the ground, I think we need to do more than just attract the first-time smaller developers. I think we need to get... I know that Sega is really big on the iPod Touch. Now, I have not searched for Crazy Taxi or Sonic, but if there's something out there, let me know. But I'm really excited about the third-generation iPod Touch, and if they were to get some controllers out there that would make it compatible with the PSP titles and whatnot, if they were willing, if the third-party developers that also do for Sony were willing to release for the iPod Touch, that is definitely something I'd be looking forward to. But that's basically my take on the iPod Touch and the whole gaming gig with Nintendo and Sony. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome. Insults against me will get you blocked, and have a nice day.